Namaskaram. Welcome to the 14th episode of Mother Earth Speaks to the Corporates. Before we go into the episode, a couple of clarification on the last one. The raga which was being displayed of the verse was RB, but it is actually Kedaragola, which I had explained. It was due to some system error, some saving problem. So, excuse me for that. And the second one is the summary slide also was missing. So we will start with the summary slide of the last verse. Then we go into the next verse discussion, which is Pullin Vaikindanai. Before the explanation, as usual, we will listen to the song by Vimala Srinivasan.
புள்ளில் வாய்க்கீடானை பொல்லாயர கண்ணை புள்ளில் வாய்க்கீடானை பொல்லாயர கண்ணை கிள்ளி களைந்தானை கீர்த்திமை பாடி போய் புள்ளின் வாய்க்கீடானை பொல்லாயர கண்ணை கிள்ளி களைந்தானை கீர்த்திமை பாடி போய் பிள்ளைகள் எல்லாரும் பாவைகளோ புகார் பிள்ளைகள் எல்லாரும் பாவைகளோ புகார் வெள்ளியழந்து யாழம் உறங்கிற்று வெள்ளியழந்து யாழம் உறங்கிற்று பொள்ளும் சிலம்பினாய் போதரை கழிந்தாய் புள்ளும் சிலம்பினாய் போதரை கழினாய் குள்ள குளிர குடைந்து நீராடாதே புள்ளும் சிலம்பினாய் போதரை கழினாய் குள்ள குளிர குடைந்து நீராடாதே பள்ளி கிடத்தையோ பாவாரி நாளார் பள்ளி கிடத்தையோ பாவாரி நாளார் கள்ளம் தவிர்ந்து கலந்தேலோரம் பாவாய் பள்ளி கிடத்தையோ பாவாய் நாளார் கள்ளம் தவிர்ந்து கலந்தேலோ
Thanks, Madam Vimala Srinivasan. It was a very nice singing. This verse was in Raga Athana, a derivative of 29th Melakarta Raga, Dhira Shankara Aparanam. So this song is a kind of a song which will rejuvenate when there is a likely dull moment in any situation. In a concert, when there is appearing to be a little sagging effect, people pick up this raga and it's like a recharge. The courage is the one of the qualities of this particular raga, and it connects to the verse also to some extent. So let us get into the detail. We have listened to the song and also the words. So we will go one by one. Pullinvai Kindanai. This is pull means a big bird, a crane in this particular reference. And Krishna in his young age tore open the beaks and killed it because this crane was actually a demon in the form of crane. So that is the meaning of this. The two beaks of the crane represent the greed and anger, which must be eliminated. That is one interpretation that we can because this greed and anger swallows the goodness in us, so it must be eliminated. That is one interpretation. And the second one is this demon did not come in his original form. He came in a deceptive form of a seamlessly harmless crane. And in corporate also there are quite a number of deceptive people who will have a personal agenda. At the first instance of getting exposed on their personal agenda, they must be expelled from the organization. This is another viewpoint that we can pick up out of this. The second one is Pulla Arkane Killi Kalaindanai. This is about Lord Rama who killed the 10-headed Ravana. There could be a lot of people in the organization with a lot of ego, and that brings that kind of a high-headedness. Ravana had 10 heads, so it became very top-heavy. Likewise, there are quite a number of people who are top-heavy in the organization. These people are normally not liked by the others. They shun them away. So such kind of people must be put in their place, like Ram did. He just clipped the head and threw it off. Likewise, these people also must be put to their place because they could be good as well. And the other one is Pulla Arkanai, means Pulla Arkan is a bad demon. That means there are some good demons also. So likewise, in the organization also, there could be people who are very, very argumentative. Within this type, there are two types. One is arguing for the sake of arguing, just to show their presence, which is a wasteful exercise. They must be put to their place. The second type is they argue for bringing out the best out of a discussion, a debate. They show them the other side also, which helps the discussion, and we can come out with the better outcomes. We call them in the normal parlance as a devil's advocate. So there are some good argumentative people also who are also essential in the organization. Keetheme Padipoi. This is in line with the Kilikalendanai. Keetheme Padipoi. It's praising of the Lord. Here we can connect it to the praising, talking about the mission and its benefit all the time. So we should keep in our mind the mission and their outcome. பிள்ளைகள் எல்லாரும் பாவை களம்புக்கார். Actually, in the verse, Sri Andal is trying to wake up a person who is wanting to take more time to sleep. And she says, when all the youngsters are out in the field, how can you sleep? So similarly, in the corporate also, there are people who will not want to see what is happening. So they are saying young people are assembled in the site. They are already on their mission. When they are all doing so much work, how can you lag behind and sit behind? So please come and join us. And these people will stay aloof, stay behind, which will have an impact on the overall outcome. They must be pushed. So that is another way we can look at this. The next line is very interesting. The previous one, Pilligalarum Pavai Kalambukar, Pallikirthiyo, that you are resting. When all the other people are working, you are resting. So the Pallikirthiyo comes in the later part of the verse. We can correct here also. So why are you taking rest while the other people are working? The next line is very interesting. It talks about Velli Edundu Yaram Urangitru. Velli is Venus, Vyan is Jupiter. The first thing that comes is the knowledge of Sri Andal at the age of 5, because she is a divine person, so she will have about the solar system, the position of the planets, and the timings of movement, etc., etc. Phenomenal, amazing. That we can talk about that. In fact, the racing of Venus and the setting of Jupiter happened at the same time on 4 occasions, which has been recorded. And all the 4 occasions were around this month when Tripavai was recited, Margari, which we talked in the initial episode. So there's a huge significance of this Venus racing. The corporate line can be interpreted in a different way. It may not be in the same line of what acharyas have explained about this line. A small deviation, though I had said that I will not deviate from them. So pardon me for that. So I will seek your pardon once more, which when I conclude, I want to talk about this particular line, which is my personal opinion. Only an exception. So Velli is Venus. Venus is the presiding planet of love. Vyaram is Jupiter. This is the presiding planet of knowledge. In the passionate pursuit of your mission, the excess love that you get for the mission might turn into an obsession. There is a drawing line, so we must be aware of that. When it becomes obsession, then knowledge takes a backseat. It takes a backseat. So this will reduce the rational thinking. Sometimes we might miss out a few things. Anything in excess is always a bad thing. That is one interpretation that I can look at in this particular line. The next one I will explain later. But in the verse, she talks about the racing of Venus and the setting of Jupiter to indicate to the girl who is sleeping that it is now dawn. So please get up. This is an indication that it is dawn now. Get up. But I have interpreted in a different view for the corporate view. Pullum Silambenegan Podari Kandinai. So there is a roundabout way of connecting to the corporate. Some people refuse to see what is happening around, about the benefit of mission, the outcome of the mission. So what will they get out of that? They refuse to see that. They also refuse to see the happenings. These people must be pulled up, saying that so much is happening, see with your wide open eyes. And in the process, they also praise. You have a beautiful eyes. Why didn't you have a look at it? Your eyesight is perfect. Look at what is happening around. So then it will motivate you to come and join the team. The other next one is Pallikkidathiyo Pavayini Nannalal. Kullak Kulara Kudaindu Neeradade. I am just putting in a different way. Pallikkidathiyo Kullak Kulira Kudaindu Neeradade. That means it says you are still sleeping. Instead of taking a cold water bath, deep bath, you are sleeping, which is not good for you. So likewise, in corporate work, we do a lot of hard work. The body temperature goes up and the energy level steps down. To have a counter for this, it is suggested that you have a cold water bath early in the morning, which will warm up your body and you will be always very, very energetic and fresh. Sometime post the hard work to reduce the body temperature, have a cold water bath, which is a suggestion for all the corporate people to keep your energy level very, very high. Kallam Tavirundu Kalandu. Kallam has got various meanings. Tavirundu means avoid those kind of things. Kalandu means join the team. Avoid playing solo. You are wanting to be alone and enjoy the company of Krishna, which is not good. And you are being very, very aloof, which also is not a right thing to do. Avoid this. And also, in the corporate language, we can also look at avoid the falsehood, avoid the slyness, avoid telling a deliberate lie. All these things are not good in the interest of the organization and the team with whom we are working. And we also cannot stay aloof. We must go and join the team all the time. So much so for the advices for the corporate by Sri Andal. I hope you are able to connect a lot of things to the corporate from this verse as well. The role model Alvar in this verse is Vipranaarayanar, generally known as Tondar Adipudi Alvar, because he was so devoted to the devotees of the Lord. So that is why he is called Tondar Adipudi Alvar. So how the link is, he was born in the same month of Margazhi when Tirupavai is recited. This is one connection. The second connection, I come back to the same thing. Velli எழுந்து வியாழம் உறங்கிற்று. I talked about Velli being the presiding planet of love, and Vyalam is presiding planet of knowledge. Vipranaarayanar loved one, got into love with one of the beautiful dancers in the town called Devadevi, and the love became excess, and his spiritual knowledge took the backseat, and he did not do the daily routines. And then the Lord had to come and remind him that you are deviating from your daily routines, come back. And he plays a drama for that. In that also there is a connection. Kallam tavirundu. Kallam also is theft. And Vipranar was accused of stealing one of the silver vessels. And then he was proved not guilty. That's a different thing. But the significance of the connection to Vipranaarayanar. His key good attribute is that he has a single-minded vision and focus on his Lord, and he believed everything is Krishna. And he had sung all his verses in praise of Lord Ranganatha, in whom he saw only Krishna. That means his focus was only on Krishna. Wherever he saw, whatever he saw, he was able to see only Krishna. Likewise, our dedication also should be such that our focus must be single-minded and toward the mission. People say, no, I am walking the mission, I am sleeping the mission, I am eating the mission, I am everything. So that means the mission is the single-minded focus. So this is what we can look at. Before I close, I said I have one more deviation on this Velli எழுந்து வியாழம் உறங்கிற்று. Velli also is called Sukra. Sukra is the guru of the demonic people, the Rakshasas. In the celestial, there are Devas and Rakshasas. He was the guru of the Rakshasas. Jupiter is also called Guru, Brihaspati, who was the guru of the Devas, the good people. So, in this Kali Yuga, the advanced stage, we see in the corporates, the ethical values are coming down, and unethical practices and the deceitfulness are on the increase. That is the nature of this Kali Yuga, which is deteriorating. The good values are deteriorating over a period of time, and the bad elements are coming up, which we are seeing on a very regular basis. So maybe Sri Andal had that kind of a long vision, that she was able to see how the Kali Yuga is going to develop and how the trend is going to be. And incidentally, she also was born in the same Kali Yuga, but very, very early stages of Kali Yuga, when things were still good. So, pardon me for deviating from the Purvacharya's explanation. So, it is my personal view. I thought it will help to view things in a different perspective as well. Hope you enjoyed the corporate view of this verse, and we will see the slide of the points that is summarized. So, we will meet in our 15th episode. Till then, namaskaram.